Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the Vezina Trophy and my predictions for who will win it next season. Now of course, if you haven't watched a video in this mini-series, we're looking at every single trophy before the 2018-2019 season. I'm going to list my predictions, my dark horses, and my top 5 candidates for the trophy. Now we're going to talk about the Vezina Trophy in this video. The trophy awarded to the best goalie of the year. Now last season we saw a lot of goaltenders in the race for the trophy, a lot of goaltenders that were very solid throughout the whole year, and we ended up seeing Pekka Rinne and the Nashville Predators winning that year, and very deservedly so. Well, I think it'll be a very close race between quite a few goaltenders, but there might be one or two that really steal the show throughout the whole year. And we're going to start with my top 5 candidates, and we're going to start with Pekka Rinne, of course, who won the trophy last season with the Nashville Predators. He is at age 35, but he won the 2017-2018 Vezina, and he was just fantastic. And even at the age 34, age 35, he was still brilliant in the goaltender position for the Nashville Predators. Of course, he most notably has been one of the best draft steals in history, being drafted 258th overall in the 2004 NHL draft, and he put up great numbers last season and really showed what he could be made of at a pretty old age for goaltenders. Now, he played 59 games last season at a 2.31 goals against average with a .927 save percentage. In his career, he's played 567 games at a 2.37 goals against average with a .919 save percentage. Pretty much as good as you can get when it comes to career numbers, and last season he was brilliant. While he did have a great defense behind him, he was part of the reason why Nashville won the division and part of the reason why they were such a good team in the regular season. Now, for the Nashville Predators and Pekka Rinne going into the next season, there's one big question: Pekka Rinne's age. At age 35, you're going to start to see some signs of decline. And while he hasn't shown that in the last couple of years, this could be the year that we see it. I'm really concerned for what he's going to bring next season if he can still provide the same starter ability that he did with the Nashville Predators. I think UC is ready to back up if in case he does get injured or something happens. But for Pekka Rinne, I don't know if he will quite be in the top elite tier goalies in next year, just because I think the age might catch up to him. I definitely still think he's a fantastic goaltender, and I still think he's one of the best in the league, but I feel like next season, I don't know if he'll be in that elite category, and I don't know if he'll quite be in the race for the Vezina. Another goaltender that has a serious chance of being in the race is Sergei Bobrovsky of the Columbus Blue Jackets. He is at age 30 or age 29. He won the 2013 and 2017 Vezina trophies, so he's already pretty decorated in the cabinets. He was brilliant with the Columbus Blue Jackets last season and has been brilliant with them for pretty much 5 years now. He played 65 games at 2.42 goals against average with a .921 save percentage. In his career, he's played 395 games with Philadelphia and the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's put up 2.44 goals against average with a .920 save percentage. Just absolutely amazing numbers since he was converted into a Blue Jacket coming from that trade. And he's been an elite goaltender for quite a long time. Of course, 2 Vezinas is a lot in this day and age, so I think he will once again be in the running again. Right now, there is some question marks with the Columbus Blue Jackets, but one thing I think is certain is that Bobrovsky will be very good once again. He's one of the best goaltenders in the world right now, and I had him ranked as my first goaltender in my top 10 goalie rankings, so obviously I like him a lot. I know that he's very good, and a lot of other people know he's very good, so I think that once again, he will get recognition to be one of the elite goaltenders, even if he doesn't put up top 5 numbers. Another guy that I think will be in serious consideration and will be throughout the running for quite a long time throughout the year, I think will be Andrei Vasilevskiy of the Tampa Bay Lightning. At age 24, he's already done amazing things. He was drafted 19th overall in the 2012 draft, and as a higher picked goalie in the last few years, he's converted very well into the NHL. The 17-18 season, he played 65 games at 2.62 goals against average with a .920 save percentage. In his career, he's played 155 games at a 2.61 goals against average and a .917 save percentage. Now, Andrei Vasilevskiy throughout that first half last season was absolutely amazing. The best goaltender in the league, I feel. In that second half, he just got overworked, I feel. He got a little bit tired, and the team overall was not as great as it was in the first half. And I feel like Andrei Vasilevskiy, consistency is really key from him. For me, for him to be in consideration and for him to be really at the top, he really needs to be consistent with the Tampa Bay Lightning. And of course, Tampa Bay Lightning need to not play him as much. Hopefully, they have some backup option there. But for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Andrei Vasilevskiy is their number 1 guy. He is one of the best young and up-and-coming goaltenders in the world right now. But to me, I think he needs that rest. I think he needs to be played properly. And I feel like if he does that, the stats will be higher than eventually 920. I feel like next season, we'll see an even increased play from Andrei Vasilevskiy, and he could be even better, which is going to be scary for a lot of teams. So the 2 goaltenders I have left in my top 5 might just surprise you a little bit. A guy who I think will rebound a little bit next season, and I think we'll see him in the upper echelon of stats, at least when it comes to goaltenders. I think Martin Jones from the San Jose Sharks will be a very, very crucial part of the San Jose Sharks, but I think he'll have a big, big year. At age 28, he's pretty much right smack dab in his prime, and he didn't have the greatest year last season, but I think he definitely has more potential and more talent to put out together a great season for the San Jose Sharks. I expect them to be a serious contender for that Pacific Division win and that Pacific Division title, and if Martin Jones has the rebound year like I think he will, that'll be a piece of cake for the San Jose Sharks. In the 2017-2018 season, Martin Jones played 60 games, had a 2.55 goals against average, a .915 save percentage. We just did not see the Martin Jones that we've been used to. He was pretty meh compared to what he had. In his career, he's played 224 games, he's had a 2.34 goals against average, a .916 save percentage. So he's already shown more in his career, and he's shown that he can be a better goaltender. I feel like he's a serious player to be a rebound type player, to be a guy that really is under the radar, but it gets a lot of consideration. And for the last guy I think will be in the for the Vezina Race, I think will be a serious contender, is Antti Raanta of the Arizona Coyotes. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a very bold prediction, and yes it is. I don't know if I have the Arizona Coyotes quite making the playoffs. I don't know if I have them making the playoffs or not, but one thing's for sure, in my opinion, I think they'll be very, very close either way. For me, Antti Raanta really has to step up and to not be injured, play a full season. I think the Arizona Coyotes will likely benefit that from a lot. So I feel like if he continues, of course, how he played in the 17-18 season, and carries that over to the 18-19 season, we can see Arizona being a very, very good team. Now, in the 2017-2018 season, Antti Raanta was just amazing when he got to play. He played 47 games, had a 2.24 goals against average, a .930 save percentage. And you got to remember, this is what with one of the worst defenses in the league. Arizona obviously was not that great. So Antti Raanta was able to put up these numbers in pretty much half the season and was able to be dominant, which was super impressive. And if he can put that together for a full season next season, I feel like he's going to get a lot of consideration because he's putting up those numbers in Arizona. Now, in his career with the New York Rangers and the Arizona Coyotes, he's done a great job being a backup, but of course, it's going to be relied on as a starter for this next season. He's played 141 games in his career, has had a 2.29 goal against average, a .922 save percentage. Brilliant numbers from a guy who had gotten that opportunity this past season. Hopefully, he can hopefully not get injured. Hopefully, he can stay healthy next season, and hopefully, we see the Arizona Coyotes likely bounce back to a team that is worth watching. Now, on to my top 3 dark horses for the trophy. These are the players that I think might not get a lot of consideration, might not be really obvious, but I think these players will be a serious bet to rebound and to have a solid season. At number 3, I have Cam Talbot of the Edmonton Oilers. Now, this is, again, kind of a hot take like the last two on my top 5 considerations. For Cam Talbot, it really does depend on one thing. Do the Oilers make the playoffs? And that's the big thing. If the Oilers make the playoffs, it's likely because Cam Talbot had a great year. And I can see that. And again, he was amazing when the Edmonton Oilers won their division and made the playoffs into the second round. So I feel like he definitely has potential to be that starter. He was pretty meh last season, but if he can continue that, it'll be great to see the Oilers hopefully be in contention somewhere. At number 2, I have Braden Holtby of the Washington Capitals. Now, this isn't really a dark horse, as of course a lot of people like him a lot, but to me, he didn't have the greatest season, or at least regular season last season, but he was really good in the playoffs. So I feel like if he can continue that playoff stretch, if he can continue how he played, he'll definitely be in the consideration for one of the best goaltenders in the world and definitely of the year. I have Jake Allen of the St. Louis Blues. And the St. Louis Blues really do improve like we think, at least a lot of people think that they will. Jake Allen really needs to improve too. He needs to prove himself as a consistent goaltender. We just have not seen that. He's either a good goaltender and a bad goaltender and a good goaltender. It just goes year after year after year, and we need to see consistency from him. Hopefully he can find out that mental game that he's been struggling with for the last couple of years, but hoping that St. Louis is a little bit better as we think they will be, and if they are that way, Jake Allen really has to step up too. Now for my top 3 picks for the trophy out of the 5 considerations that I listed below. So at number 3 on my Vezina voting, I have Antti Raanta of the Arizona Coyotes. Now, again, this really depends on if the Arizona Coyotes are at least in contention. I think they will be. I think they'll surprise a lot of people, but Antti Raanta, I think to be this high in the Vezina voting, has to really perform well. He has to replicate the season that he had before without injuries, and Arizona Coyotes at least had to be in contention for the playoffs. At number 2, I have Andrei Vasilevskiy, the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think he'll have another good season, but I think the consistency will start to come up on him. I think that he will start to get that consistency. The Tampa Bay Lightning, they haven't really improved defensively, but they still are the same type of team, and they got a new penalty kill coach, which will definitely help things. I think for Andrei Vasilevskiy, one big thing is that consistency, and I think we will see that this next season. Now, on to number 1. Who do I see winning the Vezina Trophy for the 2018-2019 season? Man, I know this is a little bit of a wacky pick, but it was very hard to choose. At number 1, I have Martin Jones of the San Jose Sharks. Now, you may be thinking, why am I putting him this high? I really do like Martin Jones. I really do believe in the potential that he has. He's not a superstar type goalie, and that might hamper him a little bit. He's not in the biggest area in San Jose, but I feel like he'll have a quietly very, very good season. But I feel like it won't be as quiet as we think. I think that voters will start to catch up on that. I feel like Martin Jones is due for a rebound type season. And for the San Jose Sharks, if they're going to be the contender that I think they will be, Martin Jones will likely have a great season too. But again, that might be one of the more riskiest picks I ever do in this award prediction series. So again, I'm taking a huge risk here, and it probably won't work out, let's be honest here. I listed my dark horses, I listed my top 3 picks for the trophy, so I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about my picks? What do you think about my predictions? And of course, who do you think will win the Vezina Trophy too? But that is going to be it for today, guys. If you guys enjoy it, make sure you like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And of course, what do you think about the video? What do you think? Who will win the Vezina Trophy? And of course, who do you think about who I picked? Martin Jones is a bit of a wacky pick, so let me know what you think about that. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.